Hello guys, this is your girl Diva Fashionista, and I'm here with part 2 of my review of the Me and Bobbi Brown story. And whew, we get right in. Like, this starts right in with the drama. We got a car accident. It's just like we're just going full force. Bobbi is almost 50 years old. He's lived a lot of life, so we're just gonna go straight in. The first part was the humping, and now this one is the drug use and the relationship with Whitney. And now we're gonna see how it starts to sour. I don't feel like the second part had a lot of like highs and shockers as the first one. I do feel like Bobbi left out a lot. We get to see a peek into their marriage. They had a crazy love. They had that Bobbi and Whitney love. They were dedicated to each other. They were in love. They were toxic, but they were in love. Once the drug use came into play, it was just like, wow. And that's why, you got to get you a hobby, because having money is not everything. If you don't have things to do, if you don't have something getting you out of bed, motivating you every day, you're gonna have nothing else but to put the money up your nose. Like, what else are you gonna do? So that's what we kind of watch them spiral out of control, where it's just drugs. They have more money than you can imagine. They have money, and it's just drugs. You still have Tommy, even though he was fired in the first one, but you still have Tommy, going to bat and just being there for his brother, which that was good to see. But just seeing them, the one scene that really was crazy, that is really worth really talking about, is where Bobbi's in the kitchen and he's cooking up the drugs, and Whitney is jamming. They listen to I Got 5 on it. Yeah, and they're jamming and he's cooking it up, and he goes into the room to give the drugs and do whatever they're going to do after they had the drugs, and Bobbi passes out and he has a stroke. So that's how the movie, the first part, starts. Him in the hospital, he's about to die, and it's like, oh my gosh, he had a stroke. So for all those people who ever made fun of why he's doing like this, and now his jaw don't stay still all of a sudden, Bobbi had a stroke. Like, he had a real life stroke. Yes, it was drug induced, but he had a stroke, and that's sad to see. And it also clears it up, like, oh, okay, like he had a stroke. Oh, makes sense. It was really sad to see, like, while he was on the floor and he was stroking out, or whatever you call that, I'm not really familiar, Whitney is like just dancing over. And I have to say, I forgot to write down the actress. I think her name is Gabrielle, I think, that played Whitney. I didn't think she looked like her, but in the second part, or did her justice in the first one, but in the second one, she played drugged out Whitney very well, to the T. The way she talked, that she talked like that, it was just woo. The cokish, crackish way, like that was just spot on. And I'm like, whoo, this is crazy. When they started filming the reality show, was the beginning and the end. And I think people watching, even though we enjoyed it, I kind of joined it after hearing people talk. People always talking about, they did this and he did that. Oh, did you see the Bobbi show? That was really crazy for me to actually like see, like watching it, and it was like, ooh. I think we all collectively was like, this is not good. This is good, but this is not good for them. Like, this is good entertainment, but golly, like, look at them. And the scene where she has the visor on and they're like dancing like that made it into the movie, and I'm kind of glad that they put it in, because it's kind of iconic. It's a meme that you won't go longer than a couple of months without seeing this meme on social media. It's becoming a meme. It was just big. It was just like, wow. And to see where they're affected, where Whitney is looking at the reviews, because to me, I thought they were so high and so oblivious to how people saw them that they didn't know that they were being mocked. But no, Whitney sees the reviews and she sees that she's being mocked, and it's like, no. She starts to blame Bobbi. They have this argument in this big scene where they're arguing, and she's telling him like, I should have listened to my mother and my friends. They all told me not to marry you. You ruined my career. And that's when Bobbi was like, when I met you, they were booing you. Like, when I met you, Bobbi was hot when he met Whitney. When they got together, Bobbi was hot. Like, Bobbi was on top, okay? He did not, in a certain way, I think people want you to believe that he dimmed Whitney's light. Whitney went, like, she was already like this. But once she married Bobbi, she went like straight. It was like meteoric. Like, the horizon was just, she could do no wrong. So watching them both kind of like self-implode, it was sad. And just seeing the reality show, this lets you know, like, damn, this is the end of an era. And it's sad that doing a reality show was actually even the end of the relationship. Made me sad because they were together so long, but it's kind of like maybe they need to be apart. And to see that Whitney didn't last long, I don't know. It's conflicting, because you feel like, all right, he really loved her and really had her best interest, but together they were toxic. But once that relationship was kind of gone, she kind of just continued to just spiral out of control. I needed to hear Whitney say crack is whack, though. They touched on the Barbara Walters interview, and I remember Bobbi saying he came and he found her, like, he didn't even know what she was doing, and that sounds about right. Whitney was such a big star that she didn't feel like she needs to run things by her husband. He came home and he was just solely off guard. According to him, he was off guard. Watching it, because I did watch the Barbara Walters interview, I just thought maybe he was high or drunk too. I don't know, because it just was bad. After this, Whitney does leave him. Whitney leaves him and takes Bobbi Kristina with her, and now their relationship isn't good. I don't know, is it just me? I don't know, just late to say this, but I hate Bobbi Kristina's name. I'm just like, get you a boy. Like, have another kid. If it's a girl, try again. Don't name your daughter after some man, and not even give her like a feminine version of it, just Bobbi. Like, you gonna be Bobbi. It's a boy, it's gonna be Bobbi. The same thing. And it's so funny that Whitney and Wendy have beef, because she did the same thing. Like, if it's gonna be a girl, it's gonna be Kevin. Like, just like, just have another kid, get a surrogate. Y'all rich enough. I don't know. That was just weird to me. Yeah, death. There's a lot of death. So first, his dad dies. Well, no, first the mom dies. We expected the dad to die first, but first the mom dies, and then shortly thereafter the dad dies, and then we have Whitney die, and then Bobbi Kristina dies, and it just was so crazy. Bobbi, that's a lot of death. That is a lot of death. That's a lot to just lose, a lot of loss. And I feel like watching this, it made me feel like Bobbi has a calling. He has a special, there's just something there that if he's supposed to tell his story, we were supposed to just see the story, and that was, I don't know. I just think there's something that he should be doing out there in the world. I hope he's figured it out. I know he has his sauce and his seasoning. He has the Bobbi Kristina Foundation, but I don't know if he needs to be mentoring young people. He needs to be doing drug advocacy, and I don't even know. I can't say that he's not, but I'm just like, I don't know what it is he's supposed to be doing. But Bobbi, somebody somewhere, some higher power is talking to you, because that is a lot of loss. That's a lot of death. Bullets missing you, like that. Whew, that's what impacted me about this story. It's like, Bobby Brown is lucky to be alive. All the coke that he done did and all that, God bless him. We see the funeral scene where we all know, we all saw he got kicked. It's not so much that he got kicked out. He chose to leave because of it was causing a scene. There was a lot of scenes going on where the seating, he couldn't sit with his kids. He could stay, but the kids had to go move somewhere, and he wasn't with it, and didn't want to make a spectacle of the funeral, so he decided to leave. And we did get to see, I thought that was messed up. That was pretty messed up. Her husband, like the only husband she had, this is the only husband she's had in her life. Now her husband, even though it's her ex-husband, y'all didn't have a role up front somewhere close, like for whoever he could bring. He could bring a +1. Like, that was tacky and that was just terrible. So yeah, that was sad to see. Him getting clean, and I think that's that caused another problem in their relationship. When they were doing drugs together, everything was all good, but once he went to jail again, because he was going to jail a bunch of times, and I didn't understand why. Drop down in the comments if you know what his original charge was, because I don't know what his original charge was. Just seeing him going back and forth to jail was kind of like, okay, why is he going? I remember him going to jail, and she's like outside the car, like, Bobbi, Bobbi. Like, I remember that. Like, but what was he going to jail so much for? Like, I know violating parole, but what was he on parole for? If you know, let me know, because I have no clue. So him going to jail, and he had that stretch where he got clean in jail. He came out, he had a different perspective. That was interesting to see, and I think that was kind of the beginning and the end of their relationship as well, because y'all don't have a common interest at this point. Music, neither one of y'all really making music like that, and if y'all got a kid with it, the nannies is watching it, as the brother said. What are y'all doing but staying in the house getting high all day? Yeah, no common interest. So the only other thing is, of course, we see Alicia again. We see him going on tour with the guys. We didn't get into the beefs with the guys where they fighting and none of that stuff. We didn't get into those beefs. But we see him going on tour with the guys again, and him trying to dance in the bathroom, trying to get together. Him meeting back up with Alicia. Their paths crossed again. And so some people trying to make it to seem like on Twitter like that was his side piece all along. We didn't get that. I didn't get that from the movie. Just got that they were friends. They were great friends. And then now they're together. And she wasn't having none of his mess. And I think that's what he needed. All the women Bobbi has encountered just kind of let him be Bobby Brown. They fed into his ego, or they were just enamored with his celebrity. But Alicia's just like, no, nope. You see Alicia start to manage him, and you see the brother Tommy being okay with it, but Alicia's just not having it. Like, I want to be with you, but these are the terms and conditions. You need to get yourself clean. She starts having babies for him, and their children are beautiful. There's some beautiful children, but it was kind of, people were trying to make it out to be a shady thing. Like, isn't that his wife now? Like, oh, so she was always around. That's how it happens. You just never know. You looking past them, but that might be the right one, right up in your face the whole time, you know. And I think she was right for him to kind of keep him on a straight and narrow and help him manage his money and manage his life, so that he's just not drugging and just wild and out of control. We don't see bad boy Bobby Brown anymore. I did like seeing that. I didn't like seeing him fall out with his children, but we see that, you know, the relationship, he was able to repair the relationships and just bring them together with his new wife, and I thought that was amazing. I would like to see more of his interaction with his band, but we know that right now he's doing something with, I think, Bell Biv DeVoe. Not really sure what. Overall, this was a really good movie. Nothing else really popped out to me. I wasn't bored though. I didn't think this was a bad movie. I thought this was a good biopic. It was really good. I got to sip some tea. I got to laugh. I got to jam. And I think it was a good balance of it all. I'm glad that Bobby is still alive and kicking after all of that. I just really want to see him do more outreach and more just more in the community, because gosh, he's blessed. Well, that's all I really have to say. I think it was good. If you're watching this review and you didn't watch the movie and you're like coming here to see if you should watch it, you should watch it. You should go ahead and watch it. Don't listen to nobody telling you that it's bad. It's not, as I said in the first one, it's not Straight Outta Compton. It's not the New Edition story. It's not. It is the Bobby Brown story. They did a good job. I enjoyed it, and I think you will too. Thank you so very much for watching. Leave any questions or comments down below. And if I don't catch you, you will catch me in the next one. Later, guys.